Psychiatric drugs will turn you into Aleister Crowley. Think about it, all you 33rd degreeers. Oh man, okay. So, I may have ruined my life by taking psychiatric drugs. Yeah, I have serious stomach problems, and it might be because of the lithium, or the Zyprexa, or this or that. What can I say? I got serious problems. So I think what we all need to do is do some research, into how psychiatric drugs can make you feel better. But what about the long-term problems? Get into the situation of getting off all of your psych drugs eventually. Did you know that Adam Lanza was on some type of drug, or many different kinds of drugs, and they asked the people, so what drug was he on? They said, well, we don't want to say what drug he was on because then people might stop taking it. That's really something that needs to be talked about and discussed. Just the fact that that was said. That says so much about our world and about our governments. You know what, people? All psych drugs were created to make money. The pharmaceutical industry is not here to give you health. Psychiatrists do not understand mental health. They understand how to give you a mechanical pill. Psychiatrists are purposely not told about what they do. And if you ask questions, which is really dumb, you don't want to ask your psychiatrist questions about the drugs, because you'll make them mad. If a psychiatrist asks questions, he or she will get fired. This is bad business. This is really bad. This plays with our emotions and our souls. This is just soul destroying stuff going on here. I mean, these drugs, even if they do good, and in the long run, it's not good. See, that's what it is. It's not good in the long run. These drugs cause depression, psychosis, schizophrenia, all brain problems. Why? Because that's what they were created to do. They were created to cause a chemical imbalance in your brain. Think about it. Something that's not from nature. We need to get back to the struggle of overcoming depression, etc., the hard way, which in the long run is the better way. The hard way, I mean, why are we depressed? We really have to answer that question. We have to analyze our spirituality, our emotional state, our relationships, our history. So you have to go through all these things, right? You have to go through your pre-birth, your ancestry, what went on with your mom and her life and your dad, and what's going on in your country and your world and your environment. You see how hard that is? That's what I mean. You have to do things the hard way. But it's the better way. And in the long run, it's the more healthy way. So, you have to figure out. You have to study food and health. What foods can cause emotional stress or depression or whatever. Gluten, sugar. Am I allergic to something? Is drinking soda, coffee, is that bad? Is eating a pound of sugar every day bad? How much sugar? Stuff like this. Did I have head trauma? So these aren't things you're going to discuss in a psychiatrist. People who are listening to this know. People that are listening to this that are seeing psychiatrists know what I'm talking about. Psychiatrists will never talk about your diet. It's the funniest thing in the world. This is how crazy it is. Let's say I'm eating 10 pizzas a day and 5 liters of Coke. So I go to my psychiatrist. I say, I'm so depressed. I think about suicide. I hate my life. I want to die. Have you tried Abilify? Have you tried an antidepressant? So then they give you a pill that will cause depression. In the long term, it will cause gastrointestinal problems, blood problems, bone problems. It will sedate you. When you're sedated on these drugs, it takes away your ability to think logically, because you have to think your way out of mental illness, which is the total crazy thing, right? Because you can't think. You can't think. Or your level from 1 to 10 is like a 3 or a 4 or a 5, or up to an 8, depending on your level of intensity. So they give you a drug that lowers it more. It sedates you, so you can't think out of your depression or your mental illness. So you're stuck with it your whole life. So my analogy is, instead of saying you're causing your depression, for a lot of us, we are causing our depression. So it's something we're eating. It's an emotional issue that we haven't learned to take care of. And we have to learn how to take care of emotional issues. That's a life struggle, right? So bam, one thing could happen. Bam, every year something could happen where you have to sift through it. You have to go read a book or pray or do something. So that's what it is. And instead of the dog, think how simple it would be for doctors too. If our psychiatrist doctors, I don't even like calling them doctors. Anyway, all of the doctor, think about it. If the pizzas and the sodas were causing your mental problems,